This is TomoNews for Wednesday, June 21st.
Honeymooners save plane with fuel leakage but get left stranded. A newly married couple flying to Italy for their honeymoon cruise were thrown off course before they could leave the ground when they saw an unusual sight out of their cabin window. Which airline were they flying? United, of course. On June 14th, Mike and Rachel Brumfield boarded their flight in Newark, New Jersey, but when they got to their seats, they spotted fluid pouring out of the plane's left wing. As it turns out, what they saw draining out was jet fuel. Somehow, not one member of the flight crew happened to notice the issue before takeoff, and had the couple not spoken up, the plane might have crashed into the Atlantic Ocean. For their critical observation, you'd think United Airlines would come up with a special gesture to show gratitude, right? Wrong. The newlyweds say they learned their flight was canceled and all the passengers received hotel vouchers for the night, except them. Furthermore, they say United employees were super rude to them and had no idea where their luggage was. They were forced to sleep on the floor of the airport and rushed to arrange a flight at another airport to make it to Venice on time for their honeymoon cruise. When reached for comment, United Airlines declined to address the couple's claims, only offering a general statement regarding the flight cancellation. Classy.
15 million Americans are drinking contaminated water. Drinking water is one of the most precious resources on the planet, but that same H2O that keeps billions alive may be hampering the health of millions of Americans. New research suggests that 47 locations in 27 states contain drinking water that has been affected by toxic perfluorochemicals, or PFCs. These locations include 20 industrial installations, 21 military bases, and 7 firefighting sites. Some include multiple contamination sources. PFCs are highly fluorinated toxic chemicals linked to major health problems. The research focused on the spread of 2 types of PFCs, perfluorooctanoic acid and perfluorooctane sulfonic acid. Due to their non-stick properties, these types of PFCs are found in everyday items, such as frying pans, waterproof jackets, and even carpet stain protection. PFCs are linked to a variety of ailments, including thyroid disease, kidney cancer, and testicular cancer. They've also been shown to weaken some childhood immunizations. If you'd like to know more, you can visit www.ewg.org for a map of the impacted areas. White woman wants white doctor at Canadian clinic. An angry white lady was caught on video at a Toronto area walk-in clinic on June 18th, ranting that she needed a white doctor to see her son, who was experiencing chest pains. When the clinic staff told the unidentified mother that there wouldn't be any white doctors available until later in the afternoon, the mama exploded in a white ball of rage. Multiple patients in the waiting room told her to take her son into the hospital examination area, but she refused. The woman then described a physician whom she'd seen earlier
as having brown teeth and saying he didn't speak perfect English.
With her son still waiting to be examined for chest pains, remember, the woman was heard screeching,
"Oh my God, what type of horrible country do I live in?"
She then backed down a little bit and demanded to see a doctor who was at least actually born in Canada, before asserting to those who were objecting to her rants that they were attacking her for being white. She also told folks to step away from her personal bubble. Local authorities investigated, but no charges were filed. And you'll be glad to hear the woman's son was eventually examined by a physician. Whether that doctor was white or not, we don't know. And frankly, we don't give a bleep.
Couple drowns after car rolls into river during backseat sex. Of all the ways to go, drowning has got to be up there with the worst. Drowning while having sex in the backseat of your car? Now that's rough. This month, a young couple in Russia's Volgograd region were getting hot and heavy in their off-road Jeep. Little did they know how off-road things would get. Busy making babies, 22-year-olds Evgeny Chernov and Yana Kryuchkova must have failed to realize they'd left the car in neutral. Their bumping and grinding was enough to send the Jeep rolling, and the next thing they knew, they were trapped underwater with no way out. After being reported missing by their relatives, a rescue team found them in the submerged car, lifeless in the back seat. Local media reported their thrusting movements likely led them to their watery grave. A tragic end, without question, but at least they died doing what they loved, right?
No justice for black men? Newly released dashcam footage shows the second-long encounter that led to the death of Philando Castile at the hands of a Minnesota police officer. Castile was pulled over in Falcon Heights in July of 2016. The officer cited a traffic violation, but also said he thought Castile looked like a robbery suspect.
Good. Reason I pulled you over, your brake lights are out. So you only have one active brake light, and that's going to be your passenger side one. Your third brake light, which is up here on top, and then this one back here, is going to be out. You have your license?
Sir, I have to tell you, I do have a firearm on me.
Don't reach for it then. Don't pull it out.
I'm not pulling it out.
Don't pull it out.
The 32-year-old was shot 7 times and eventually died from his injuries. His girlfriend live-streamed the gruesome aftermath to Facebook, where it went viral. The police officer who shot him was charged with second-degree manslaughter and reckless discharge of a firearm, but has since been acquitted on all charges. Another terror attack hits Brussels. A suspected suicide bomber was shot by Belgian soldiers after a small explosion went off in Brussels Central Station on Tuesday evening. Local media reported that the attacker was a man between 30 to 35 years old. He was wearing a backpack and an explosive belt. Reports say the suspect detonated a device when soldiers in the station took notice of him. One station employee claims the man shouted "Allahu Akbar" before detonating something on a luggage trolley. Soldiers then opened fire on the man. Authorities later confirmed he was killed. The blast came just a day after an attacker rammed an explosive-laden car into a police van in Paris, and on Monday another man mowed down Muslims in a separate incident near a London mosque. Boeing says commercial hypersonic jets could be a reality. The CEO of Boeing said at the Paris Air Show that commercial hypersonic jets will become a reality in the next decade or two, which will drastically cut down on current air travel times. Hypersonic generally refers to speeds of Mach 5 and above, which is faster than supersonic and more than 5 times faster than transonic speeds. A hypersonic jet can travel from New York to Shanghai in just 2 hours, whereas a conventional commercial flight usually takes around 15 hours. However, objects traveling at hypersonic speed have to withstand surface temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, enough to melt aluminum and titanium. The two elements are common materials used in current aircraft construction. Sonic booms created by flights traveling at hypersonic speeds would also generate a noise on the ground that can permanently damage human ears. Despite the failure of the Concorde and skepticism over ultra-fast airliners, some companies have made continuous efforts to try to turn supersonic travel into a reality. Boom Technology is developing a 55-seat supersonic jet that it hopes will be in service by next decade. Lockheed Martin is also developing the quiet supersonic technology X-Plane that it hopes will eliminate the problem of sonic booms.